Good evening and thank you for joining us today. We'll start the session in a minute or two. Let's start the session. Thank you for your patience. Welcome to the session Transforming Healthcare, Exploring AWS Solutions to Boost Efficiency and Security, hosted by Cloud.in. I'm Suvarna Jadhav, working with Cloud.in as a strategic partnership and alliance manager. In today's rapidly evolving healthcare landscape, efficiency and security are paramount concerns. Our webinar will explore how AWS solutions can revolutionize healthcare operations, optimizing processes, safeguarding sensitive data, and ultimately improving patient care. Whether you are a healthcare executive, IT professional, or industry enthusiast, this webinar offers valuable insights into leveraging AWS to revolutionize healthcare delivery. For today's session, we have Ms. Urvashi Vidhani as a speaker. Urvashi is working as a sales specialist and has experience in IT sales and business development sector. Before starting the session, I would like to mention a few points. All attendees are muted by default and cannot be unmuted during the session. If you have any questions in between, you can type in the chat box. I request Urvashi to start the session. Over to you, Urvashi.
Thank you, Suvarna. Thanks for the introduction. Hello, everyone. Very good evening. Uh, so, uh, Today we are gathered here for the webinar, which is the Transformation Healthcare, Exploring AWS Solution to Boost Efficiency and Security. So before we will take a deep dive into the session, just need to take a few minutes to explain you about our company, which is a Cloud.in Hosting Services Private Limited. So we are 24 years young company, and we have an advanced consulting partnership with AWS from more than 7 years. We have a employee strength of more than 100, where all the employees are cloud certified, and the presence of our organization is into two locations. The headquarter is in Pune, and the another one is in another presence is in Mumbai location. So our partnership with AWS is the advanced consulting. Apart from AWS, we have various different uh, partnership, which is the Google, Microsoft Azure, and other at the security side, we have a Checkpoint and Fortinet as well. So we do offer the services like implementation and migration, managed services, which is a 24/7 knock and SOC service. We do offer the reselling and billing service, application service, as well as providing the consulting cloud consulting and advisory. So these all are the offerings we do offer. Our competency, AWS competency is yes, definitely it is into the healthcare, public sector, solution provider, Amazon CloudFront, Amazon RAG, config, and many other competency we have achieved so far. So we serve in a various different industry vertical, which include media, entertainment, e-commerce, IT sector, public sector, definitely the healthcare industries, pharmaceuticals, financial services, FMCG, manufacturing, and many more industry vertical. We have delivered 22,000 of projects so far, and we are into it. So this is all about our company. So we will now move ahead uh, with the presentation with presentation on the transforming healthcare and the AWS solution for that. So the agenda for today's session is the overview of healthcare challenges, introduction to AWS solution, what are the benefits for healthcare transformation, how does AWS solutions are supporting in terms of efficiency and the security wise. We will see one of the case study successful implementation, and at the end we will have a Q&A session. Like if you have any questions, you can write it on the chat as well, and you can ask as well. So overview of healthcare challenges. So before we can discuss about the challenges part, just first we know the data. In today's world, the data is playing a very important and a crucial part in each and every organization. So in terms of healthcare industries, we know that we have a data which is related to the patient's records and their complete information, their personal information, uh, staff records are there, as well as the doctor's information. There is a department of the accounts where each and every claims are coming and their accounts details are there. So all this information and all these data are very important for any of the organization. So there are the few challenges with the healthcare, especially the healthcare industries is facing, which is a data privacy and the compliances, security threats, resource constraint, and the interoperability and the integrations. So in all these challenges, they are facing the issues of the DDoS attack and the malicious attack into their system. Any fraud like identity is entering into the system. Email, in terms of email, they are facing the email phishing scams are there, so their data is getting into the lost position. So to recover and to solve all this problem, AWS has come up with some of this solution in terms of the security with the help of those features. The company solution to secure their data and the information. So, introduction to the AWS solution. At AWS, security and privacy, definitely it is a top priority. For that AWS come up with a different kind of solution which are named as the AWS IAM management, AWS organization, AWS CloudTrail. So there are different kinds of services and the features which are provided by the AWS. So AWS identity and access management it's a basically there is a one root user for their system who is handling the complete AWS system of the organization, where they allow the another user to enter into the system, and they provide a specific permission to that particular user and restrict to use only this limited features in the system. So this level of security is provided by the AWS. So specifically for the healthcare industry, we provide number of global certification as well, which are named as HIPAA, High Trust, GDPR, and others, which allow you to store and process the transmission, most of transmit the sensitive data into the cloud. So in terms of access, we discussed AWS having a feature of AWS identity and access management, AWS organization. In the AWS organization, in the AWS organization, they are organizing all the resources into the system, and which can ease to the another user to utilize it. AWS CloudTrail is completely monitoring and analyze the system. So with the help of this service, the AWS user can monitor what all the services another user is using, how much time they are into the system, what they are doing into the system. So all these records are maintained with the help of this particular service. So the healthcare industry, if they are moving, they have finalized to move from on-premises to the cloud system. So these all services help them to secure the data. Storage, you can choose. The customer have a permission, have a authority to choose the AWS region as per their choice where they want to store the data. In terms of security, so data encryption feature is there, which have data encryption capabilities and are available in over more than 100 AWS services, as well as the key management service, which helping allowing the customer to choose the AWS manage their encryption keys and secure their data. Another one is the security assurance. So AWS, and to make the best use for the security control, this security protection and control process are independently validated by the multiple third-party independent assessment. So here are the few key benefits for the healthcare transformation, which are compliance certification, auditing and monitoring, secure data transfer and backup, robust data encryption, identity and access management, and network security controls. So the compliances and certification, AWS has achieved numerous compliances certification, including HIPAA, High Trust, GDPR, and SOC. These certifications demonstrate AWS commitment to maintain the highest standard of security and the compliance in the healthcare industries. So this level of compliance certification AWS has already achieved. Another benefit is the auditing and monitoring. So in terms of monitoring, the AWS having a various monitoring features available, which the customer can leverage into their system. So AWS provide auditing and monitoring capability to help the organization to track and analyze user activity. So whatever the task is done by the user, how much time they are into the system and what they did, where are the changes are made, all these things are auditing and monitoring by the system. Another key benefit is the secure data transfer and backup. So whenever the organization has decided they just wanted to move their complete data from on-premises environment to the AWS cloud, so where in that situation AWS offers secure data transfer, which are named as AWS Direct Connect and the AWS VPN. So it is providing the connection between the on-premises environment and the AWS, which is completely a secure connection. So AWS provide reliable backup solution such as Amazon Glacier to automate the data backup. So whenever the backup operation is performing, so AWS having a Amazon Glacier where they are taking the all the data there and securely maintain it. and protecting the healthcare data from the loss and the corruptions. Another benefit is the robust encryption. So as we discussed in our previous slide as well about the AWS key management service, which is one of the feature which help the healthcare organization to easily create and manage encryption key to encrypt data stored. Whatever the data is stored into the system, is it completely encrypted by them, so that whatever the data is available into the system is completely secure. Another feature is the identity and access management. So AWS IAM enable to manage user access to AWS resource securely. Organization can define the permission and policy to control who can access the specific resources and what action they can perform. So it is completely like secure, because there is a restrictions to give the permission to the another user, like what kind of resources they are allowed to use in the system. Another the major benefit of IAM service is by using this service, there is a multi-factor authentication, so that the unauthorized user is not allowed to enter into the system. So there is a dual kind of security is providing by the AWS, so that it protects the sensitive data from the insider threat as well. Another one is the network security control. So AWS offer a range of network security control to protect the healthcare workload from external threats. So there are various different services which are AWS WAF, which is known as the AWS WAF application firewall, and AWS Shield. They are completely act like a safeguard, so it protects the data from the DDoS attacks as well as for the malicious traffic. So if there is any malicious attacks are happening, so this safeguard is protecting the complete AWS system and the data and the information in the system. AWS solution for efficiency. Amazon Web Services offer variety of solutions and services that can help healthcare organizations improve efficiency across different aspects of their operations, which are mentioned below. There are few AWS solution efficiency in healthcare industries are serverless computing with AWS Lambda, scalable storage with Amazon S3, data analytic with Amazon EMR and Redshift, telehealth solution with Amazon Chime and Connect. So AWS is providing serverless computing with AWS Lambda. So AWS Lambda is allow the healthcare organization to run the code without provisioning and managing the server. So there is no need to handle the server. Without the server, they can run their code. This serverless computing model enables healthcare application to scale automatically in response to demand, eliminating the need to over provision resources. Basically, healthcare organization can use AWS Lambda to build and deploy application, automate administrative tasks, and the streamline data process as well. Another solution for the efficiency is scalable storage with Amazon S3. So Amazon S3 provides scalable and highly durable object storage. So basically, the Amazon S3 is the object-based storage, which can store the data such as medical image, electronic health records, and genomic data. So different kind of healthcare data is stored in such kind of a storage. So there is a huge, large volume of data which is completely secure and cost effectively saved into the system. So in S3 storage class, there are like different classes. One is the S3 standard, S3 intelligent tiering, and the glacier. So whatever the data is stored into the S3 standard. So if the data which is not frequently used, like it is capped just more than 30-40 days in that storage class. So automatically it can transfer the unused data into the S3 glaciers, so that it can help to manage the space, as well as it can optimize the storage cost as well. So this kind of benefits are provided by leveraging all these kind of services. The another efficiency, AWS efficiency solution is data analytics with Amazon EMR and Redshift. So it helps to it work as a, like, they can store the data, like there is a warehouse, there is a huge amount of data. So this level of data is managed in the Redshift. So healthcare provider can use EMR to process and analyze data using popular big data framework such as Apache Hadoop, Apache Spark, Apache Redshift, which is a fully managed data warehouse service for running complex analytics query on the structured data. Telehealth solution with Amazon Chime and Connect. So as we all know that in today's world, in the as well as in the healthcare industry, so consulting to provide a consulting is very easy now with the help of this kind of services. So healthcare provider can use Chime and Connect to facilitate virtual consultation. A doctor can consult to their patient virtually, remotely they can diagnose this, and patient engagement, like if there is any query or they want to they want to discuss with them, so it is very easy for the patients to discuss with the doctor with the help of this kind of services which are implemented into the system. So this is a virtual feature. These services support secure audio, video conferencing, chat messaging, and remote patient monitoring. Now the AWS solution for security. So AWS security, identity and compliance solutions. So here I have like mentioned many of the AWS features or the services which are directly in terms of the security wise. There are many more as well available by the AWS, but I have considered few which are more frequently used by any of the organization. So we have discussed about the AWS Identity and Access Manager, where there is a root user who can provide the permission to the another user and with the limited access. There is another services like AWS Single Sign-On. AWS Organization helps to organize all the records into the system. AWS Resource Access Manager. In terms of detection, there are AWS Security Hub, Guard Duty, CloudWatch. So CloudWatch is helping to completely monitor and analyze the system. They can enable the anything happen, so they can easily notify the users to take care of the particular task. So this kind of services, AWS Config, Cloudflare, which help to monitor, analyze what are the users are doing into the system, what are the tasks they did, traffic mirroring, any frauds are coming into the system, those are automatically detected as well. Infrastructure, for protecting the infrastructure, there is a AWS Shield, Guard Duty, EC2 Image Builder, AWS Private Link, AWS Web Application Firewall, Amazon. For data protection, there are services for the encryption related services, which is the AWS Key Management Service, AWS Secret Manager, VPN, server-side encryption, and many more services. Likewise, the AWS has provided. So there is a one case study. They have successfully implementation. The name of the organization is deep think. So this particular organization has completely lifted their complete data from the on-premises to the AWS cloud, and they have leveraged many of the AWS service, which are named as Amazon Redshift, AWS Security Hub, especially for the security side. They have leveraged the AWS WAF service, Firewall Manager, and for managing the data, they have uses Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud Solution, Amazon EC2, as well as the Amazon Identity and Access Management IAM user. So with the help of this kind of services they have leveraged into the system, the benefit which they have received is the zero declared data breach, and they indicate causing significant brand damage, 99.9% monthly uptime. They have meet healthcare and compliances regulation as well, which are HIPAA and high trust. 30% reduction of efforts for or hours in safeguarding and sensitive data. So the data, the sensitive data is completely secured. 99.99% accuracy in PHI identification. So what we have discussed in the overall session, that is the conclusion of that. So in the healthcare, the data is very sensitive. So to protect them, so it is very helpful for the organization to use this kind of services which are provided by the AWS to maintain and manage each and every important and the sensitive data. So we Cloud.in having the expertise in the healthcare industries, we have delivered many of the services with the successful 100% successful implementation as well. So I just at the end, I just wanted to say, like, if you have any question, any services, more services you want to discuss, please feel free to connect with us. You can also write an email on the sales@cloud.in. So where whatever the query you have, you can write it over there. So we can arrange a call and we can discuss the same as well. So now, if you guys have any of the questions, please feel free to ask, or even you can write it on the chat as well.
Yeah, thanks, Urvashi, for such an insightful presentation. Let me just quickly check if there are any questions.
Sure.
No, Urvashi, there are no questions. So I guess we can conclude the session. Thank you all for attending the session. We appreciate your being with us today. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you.